to a new episode of Learn with CDBS Teachers. I'm Sir Ferdie and I'll be your drafting teacher for today. And I will share to you one particular technique that you can use to improve your drawings. And that technique is called one-point perspective drawing. Okay, so to do this, you may go to this website right here, or if you know other websites where you can draft, you may use that, or if you have applications in your device that you can use also to draw or to draft, you may also use that, or you may go traditional, like you may use your drafting tools and materials to do this. This right here is the quick overview of what we're going to do. Believe me, it may look hard, but by applying one-point perspective drawing properly, it will be so easy to do. So let's do this step by step. Let's start with step number 1. Okay, for the first step, we'll try to draft a horizontal line. So this will serve as the eye level, or what we call the horizon in perspective drawing. And then we'll try to add another vertical line. And where these two lines intersect, that's what we call the vanishing point. So that's the first step. We need to set the horizon and the vanishing point. Okay, for the second step, we'll try to add this square or a rectangle, and we will project each corner of it by using the vanishing point. There. So that's step number 2. Step number 3. We'll now try to draft the basic layout of the objects that are visible in our draft, like this locker. So we'll start with the flat side of it. It's just a very simple rectangle. You may adjust the height based on your personal preference, and then project the corners to the vanishing point. Then add the third vertical line. And then for the shoe rack here, same procedure. Start with the flat side first. Adjust the height, the width, and then project the corners to the vanishing point. And then determine how long you want the shoe rack to be. So that's for the third step. Step number 4. We'll now try to add the other details that are visible in our draft, such as the ceiling lights and the door. So for the door, you just need to project a vertical line there. Project a vanishing line from the vanishing point, and then another vertical line. For the lights, you just need to project 2 vanishing lines from the vanishing point, and then in between those 2 vanishing lines, we'll try to put some horizontal lines. So just like rails. So that's step number 4. Step number 5. Step number 5 is to highlight the important parts of the draft. If you're using pencil and paper, don't use ballpen yet. Okay, so just add some more weight on the way you use your pencil, so that you'll highlight the important parts of your draft. So here I used black lines to mark or to highlight the important parts of the draft. So I started with the flat side of the object first, just like when I worked on the basic layout there. And same for the shoe rack. Started with the flat side, adjusted the size, and highlighted the important lines. So work your way from the very first part that you want to highlight up to the last part that you think is necessary to highlight. So that's step number 5. Step number 6. Step number 6 is to remove the unnecessary lines, or to erase the unnecessary lines. So again, if you're using pencil and paper, or traditional way of doing drafting, you may erase the unnecessary lines. Or if you're using other websites or other applications to do this activity, or to practice this perspective drawing, so you need to find a way to erase the unnecessary lines. In my case, in this website that I'm using, I can simply find the layers that are not necessary. So I'll just hide those layers, those lines, so that I'll be left with the important lines of my draft. So again, this is step number 6. Remove or erase the unnecessary lines. Okay, so I'll be keeping the horizon and the vanishing point because this is important for the other details that I'll be adding for the next step. So again, this is step number 6. Erase or remove unnecessary lines. Okay, step number 7. Step number 7 is similar to the steps that we did earlier. So in this step, we'll just try to add some more details by using light lines, or in this case, I'm doing it digitally, so I used blue lines. There, just add some more details like the holes for the shoe rack, the design for the locker. There. And in doing this step, don't be afraid to add as many lines as you want. Okay, so you just need to visualize the final draft that you want to end up with. There. And then also in this step, we'll also try to highlight already the important lines out of the draft that we did on this step. There. So I used blue lines for this one. And then I used black to highlight also the important parts of the draft. Step number 8. Step number 8 is to, once again, remove, erase, or hide the unnecessary lines. So here I'll just hide the unnecessary layers. And also, in this step, we'll try to polish our draft. So this will be the final polishing for the small details. Okay, so here I'm just hiding first the unnecessary lines, and here I'll try to zoom in to fix some details. So those small details will play a big part in the final draft. So make sure to adjust the lines until you're satisfied with your draft. So that's step number 8. Step number 9. Step number 9 is actually optional. It's up to you if you want to do it or not, because actually we're done with the 1-point perspective drawing here. This is the 1-point perspective drawing here. So we're done with the room, the objects. Then next, this step is to add color. And also, in this part, since we're done with the layout, the draft, we can now remove the horizon and also the vertical line for the vanishing point. So as you can see, here I'll just try to add some colors just to give more life to the draft. There. So again, this is optional, but I suggest do it. It's for the fun of making our draft come more to life. There, so you can in this website you can select different colors. You can adjust the shade of the color, and actually it's pretty cool. Then again, it's optional if you want to do it or not. So there you go. That's step number 9. Add more color. Now down to our last step. Step number 10 is to add characters. Now just like step number 9, this step is also optional. It's up to you if you want to do it, if you want to go for the extra mile. So it's very simple in this website. You just need to insert an image there, and you just need to adjust the dimensions, the measurements for the pictures or the characters to fit on the given drawing or on the given setting, because it's also important to adjust the measurements to make it look like they will belong on that setting. Okay, so if you're working with your pen and paper, if you're doing it traditionally, you can draft some characters there, or try to sketch some comic book characters or whatever characters you want to add just to make your perspective drawing come more to life. There you go. That's the last step. That's step number 10. Add some characters for extra details. Okay, so here's my final draft now. So I tried to add some more shading and adjusted some details. And again, it's up to you if you want to do the last 2 steps, and also you may explore the shading part. So just in case you're working with your pen and paper and you prefer to use shading techniques, so you may also do that, and it's up to you. The main point here is by using 1-point perspective drawing, we can improve our drawings by just simply following simple techniques. And it's always up to us if we want to go for the extra mile and give extra effort just to make our draft come more to life, or just to make it look better. I know most of us finds drafting or drawing things and stuff really hard to do. But believe me, Through practice, hard work and patience, commitment to learn new techniques and master your skills, one day you'll get better and draw with a big smile, just like him. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching and I hope you learned something. Again, I'm Sir Ferdie from the Junior High School Department. Stay safe everyone and God bless. Goodbye.